welcome to the Actery Magic Channel. I'm Steve, the Actery. Today we're going to be talking about Kykar Wins Fury. But before we get into that, I want to let you know we're doing a 30-day, 30 commander challenge where we talk about the top 30 commanders for the past 2 years. Come back tomorrow, we'll have another video. All right, let's get into it. Kykar, I don't know how to say his name properly. But anyway, so he is a really, really cool commander. Like, he's got this weird fireball thing going on his hand, and he looks like a swan or a goose or something. I don't know, maybe a heron. He's probably a heron. Anyway, so he's a red, blue, and a white, one generic 3/3 bird wizard with flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Sacrifice a spirit, add a red to your mana pool. So this is played a lot like a storm commander, but we don't exactly always want to storm with him. So we can go a little bit off the beaten path. Let's go. All right, number 7 on our list. No surprises here, at least not to me. Skull Clamp. If you haven't seen this card, please go and throw away the rock you're living under. It is 1 generic and 1 to equip. Equipped creature gets +1, a -1. Whenever equipped creature dies, draw 2 cards. So for very little investment, we're getting 1/1s to equip with Skull Clamp. It's just fantastic. Just drawing all those cards, it's so great. Anyway, number 6 on our list, Favorable Winds and Intangible Virtue. These both work great with all of those 1/1s we're making. So if we're going to get on the beatdown plan, we can just steal wins just because we've like cast a bunch of instants and sorceries on our opponent's turns, slam these down on our turn, and just go swinging. Favorable Winds says creatures with flying, you control with flying, get +1/1. Fantastic. For a blue and a generic, awesome. Intangible Virtue, though, is a real powerhouse. For a white and a generic, creature tokens you control get +1/1 and have vigilance. All of our dudes are going to be 2/2s, and they're not going to tap to attack. Fan-freaking-tastic. Number 5, Reconnaissance Mission and Bident of Thoughts. These both do almost the exact same thing. They both, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. Heck yeah. We're going to have a bunch of 1/1s. We're going to draw a ton of cards. It's awesome. Reconnaissance Mission only has the advantage of being able to cycle for 2 generic. I don't know that I'm going to do that. And then Bident of Thassa can pay a blue and a generic. Creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able. Really, really, really great card if you're playing a Sphere of Safety in Ghostly Prison. Just throwing that one out there. All right, number 4 on our list, Harmonic Prodigy. This dude is cool. Okay, so it's a 1/3, 1 red, 1 generic human wizard prowess. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Kykar is a bird wizard. If we didn't mention that before, let us return. If an ability of a shaman or another wizard you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So every time we cast an instant or sorcery with Kykar out and Harmonic Prodigy out, we're going to get 2 1/1 birds. That means we can sack those 2 birds to get 2 more mana and cast more stuff. It's fantastic. Harmonic Prodigy is just so good. And we're not just going to run Kykar as our wizards. We can run all kinds of wizards in this deck. We're in red, blue, and white. Fantastic for the wizard base. All right, number 3 on our list. Let's talk about it. Whirlwind of Thought. Okay. A white, a blue, and a red, and 1 generic. Whenever you cast a non-creature card, draw a card. Cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. Just play a spell, get a spell. Play a spell, get a spell. Oh no, I stumbled and I drew a land. Play the other spell in my hand. Great, it's fantastic. It's just going to keep the gas pouring out of us. It's awesome. And so every time we're casting a new spell, we're going to get more 1/1s. We're going to be able to, sack them for more red mana. Now, number 2 on our list, this is more of the combo pieces. Let's explain. So Jeskai Ascendancy is a red, white, and a blue enchantment. It says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/1 until end of turn. Untap those creatures. What? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Okay. So I like that bottom ability is a May ability. Really cool. But let's combine it with Sorcerer class really quick. So a red and a blue, it says when it enters battlefield, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. All right, fine. Get rid of the chaff. A red and a blue to level it to level 2. Creatures you control have tap at a blue or red. Spend this mana only to cast instant or sorcery spells or to gain a class level. All of our little 1/1s can now tap for red and blue whenever we're casting instant and sorcery spells. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And we can also use that mana to level up, which is not to sneeze at anything. But let's talk about what we can do with that. So basically, what Sorcerer class is going to do is going to give us a chance to tap our creatures for mana. Well, every time we cast an instant or sorcery spell, Jeskai Ascendancy is now going to untap those creatures. So meaning we've got more mana to spend. So we tap those creatures to cast the next instant or sorcery. We untap those creatures again. And oh, by the way, we can draw and discard if we need to, if we have chaff in our hands, things that we don't want. This is good. But the number one card on my list, you've already seen a peek at it, and that is Cathar's Crusade. Okay, if you haven't played with Cathar's Crusade, this card does stupid things, and I always have to apologize whenever I play it. Okay, for a double white and 3 generic, whenever a creature enters the battlefield in your control, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. It's so good. But it's so hard to keep track of all the 1/1 counters. Dude, you play 3 instants at the end of somebody's turn, you've got Cathar's Crusade in play and Kykar. Now you've got 3 1/1s that have to go out individually. So you're getting 3 1/1s, and each one of those 1/1s entering the battlefield is going to trigger everything getting a 1/1 counter. Your board gets stupid dummy thick really, really fast. And Cathar's Crusade just plays along with Kykar. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Now let's talk about the Jeskai Ascendancy. So we're talking about all of those spirits being able to tap for mana. That is so good, so unbelievably good. But we can keep casting, especially if we have Cathar's Crusade. We just make our dudes huge, just huge. We're going to keep casting those spells over and over again, but they don't have summoning sickness. So after I'm done casting all my instants and sorceries, I can just go swing with like a 20/20 spirit token at each opponent. It's fantastic. Another thing we can do, just run Gutter Snipe for giggles, okay? Just have it out at all. Then you have a copy of Curiosity or Ophidian Eye, and Gutter Snipe and Curiosity, every time you cast an instant or sorcery, he's going to do 2 damage to each opponent. Curiosity reads, it says, whenever enchanted creature deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. Gutter Snipe is going to deal 2 damage to each opponent. You're going to draw a card for each opponent you have. Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. The ways in which you just wreck people with this deck. You just have so much fun and options available. You got a ton of mana with Sorcerer's class. You've got a ton of mana with Kykar himself. You've got so many untapped mechanics with Jeskai Ascendancy. You've got power with Cathar's Crusade. You've got a group damage with Gutter Snipe. It's good. It's really, really good. Anyway, guys, dolls, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please see you tomorrow. I can't wait. And thank you so much for showing up to my channel. All right. Love you. Bye. Button.